I got some more goodies for the van I'm going to go over with you today, as well as we're going to take a look at my van shelf, which is where I've been collecting all kinds of stuff. But first, we're going to come over here to the van. So we've been working on removing the rust and glue. There's still a few places we have to touch up on, but most of this has been grinded down. We've taken all the rust off from the back for the most part, as well as we removed all the glue. So you're going to see a bunch of bare metal here. But we got these discs that remove pretty much everything down to the metal, which is exactly what we want for rust and getting the surface glue off. Up on the ceiling we have a lot of adhesive, but we do have a couple small leaks. I show this in another video. We're going to be tackling that soon. I bought everything to fix that. You'll see that in the next section of the video. And we're making a lot of progress. We still haven't touched this. This is probably going to be a separate video on its own. Now this van has a bunch of holes for various things. I don't know. I'm going to try to utilize a lot of these, but any that I'm not utilizing, we'll be waterproofing these and making it look a lot better and making sure no moisture or anything gets in the van. And then up here, pretty sure this is rusted through, but it's sealed already on the top, so I don't know if it's still rusting. We're gonna go and remove that plate and try to fix this the right way. I kind of just put a band-aid on it. This might be where the wiring for my solar comes in. I might utilize that, we'll see. But yeah, there's a couple problem areas here that looks like are okay, but may be rusting. I just want to make sure I get everything taken care of before we cover it all up. For the most part though, I think it is not too bad. I just don't like that they drilled through the body to fix it. But we still have a few more things to do inside the van before we can paint and before we can lay floor. We do got to get all the holes sealed up and making sure no water can come into the van through the body of the van. I also got a Max Air fan that's going to go right here. So we'll be cutting this out, putting a Max Air fan right here, and it's the good one with the rain cover. That's a really nice one actually. So that's exciting. Let's go up to the cab because here's the start of some of the accessories I bought. Okay, so now we're in the cab of the van, and you'll notice that I changed the middle here. So I added this emblem. It replaced the Dodge emblem. There's still a Dodge emblem underneath it. This is just a sticker, but it's metal, so it is really nice, high quality material used on that. And then this is a spinner, which you use for making really sharp turns. And this allows you to do it quickly and easily. We got our window covers that we got from Eurocampers.com, which are quilted on the inside and reflectix on the outside, and they are sewn really well, and then they're attached with suction cups. They definitely do a good job of blocking them out. Easy to store, came with a little bag, and we're actually going to probably put those up in our bulkhead up here when we fix that. Let's go ahead and turn on the van. Alright, so I have a Scan Gauge 2, which is that little blue device down there, and that gives you a reading on your engine. Right now I have it on the bottom. I have average miles per gallon and then total miles per gallon. It does have a speedometer on the top right, and then your mass airflow sensor reading right there. Over on the right we have an Apple CarPlay device, which is touchscreen. It can tilt. It actually works a lot better whenever it's in drive. You can tilt this towards the passenger. You can slide it up and down. It has Waze, which I can't really show you much about that because it does show my address. But you can use Spotify, Waze. You can text and make phone calls all through here and navigate. And it has a radio. And it is super easy to install because it plugs directly to the factory wiring, which is the DIN wiring, and it plugs right into the back of the radio. So you don't have to hook up a wire harness or anything. You don't have to splice anything. It's plug and play. The only thing you will need is an FM radio antenna adapter, but it's nice to have a navigation screen that is constantly going to be updated because it uses Google Maps or Waze. And eventually I'm going to be installing a CB radio just to have one in here. You never know. They are useful. You can call for help. And then up here on the shelf we have a bunch of stuff that we're going to be using for fixing the rust and getting things touched up. So we have rust converter, which I'm going to be using heavily on some of the rusty areas. This should help cure things and make it a little bit easier to work with. Here is some seam sealer, which is going to be used up on the roof, and that should help with the seams on the roof. This and another product that I have over there. This is an air filter that I still have to install. We got butyl tape because I have another special surprise that'll be coming in the next accessories video. I guess that's what I'll call this. I don't really know. But parts on the van. This is going to be used for a fan that we're going to be installing. I'll show you that in a future video. This is also for the roof seams. This is like 3-inch wide, really sticky stuff that is waterproof. It's like waterproof tape, made for roofs, stops leaks. I'm going to be using this in conjunction with the seam sealer. So that should seal everything up and stop any leaks that are happening. And then over here we have some of the wiring that we're going to be using for 12 volt. This is 16 gauge for all the lights, fuses, and a 12 volt panel. I already have a few lights that I'm going to be installing right away. They should be here this week though. When I do my next update video on parts, I'll show you that. We have a Blue Sea Systems fuse block that allows for 12 circuits, so I might fill this up and might have to actually buy a second one or get a bigger fuse block. We'll see, but right now this will do for getting us started, and then a bunch of fuses for that, and then the wiring like I said. And then we got some sound deadening material. This stuff's expensive, but you need it. So we're going to be filling in the rest of the areas that don't have sound deadening material already on it. And I'm probably going to put some of this on the floor, I think. I'm not 100% sure yet, though. There's a couple different ways to do the floor, and I'm not even to that point yet. So we'll figure it out once we go. And then we did buy an angle grinder, and these are the discs that we're using to remove all the glue and rust. And they work amazing. We've already went through half the box though, so we may end up having to buy more, but these are called strip discs, and they're made to remove pretty much all material to get you to a area where you can start over, which is what we're doing. We also got wire wheel brushes, which we've been using on some of the rough spots. The angle grinder is probably one of my new favorite tools. It's very satisfying to use. I actually really enjoy using this tool. So doing this part of the build is not really anything that I don't like. It is a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but I enjoy it. I actually think this is my favorite part. And then we got some cutoff wheels. And what else? Oh yeah, there's my oil drain pan. We changed the oil on the van, and this is the bucket we used, and I really like it. It actually worked out really well. And then you can see here we have the Mercedes-Benz logo, which is something I had one of my buddies make. It's just vinyl. I didn't like the way the Dodge logo looked, so I installed this, and I think it looks a lot better. And then we of course have the license plate frame, which I thought was really funny, and that's what we went with. And then the last big thing is down here in this box. Let me pull it out and show you. So I'm not going to completely take this out of the box, but you can see what's in here. This is our first battery for our battery bank. We're going to have 3 of these. These are 280 amp hours a piece. Now this battery weighs 65 pounds. So I'll probably just show you a picture of it, but it's a pretty big battery. It's a LiPo 4 lithium, and this is, from what I read, a really good brand battery. Has a lot of good reviews. I will be connecting a few things up to this pretty soon, such as some of the lighting. I did get porch lights as well, which will go on the exterior, so I'll probably be installing those fairly soon. But 280 amp hours times 3, it's almost 900 amp hours. 840 amp hours total of battery when I get the other two. These are expensive, so I have to buy them slowly. So that will be connected to a bunch of different devices. Mainly 12-volt devices are going to take up a lot of the juice in there, but not very much because they're all going to be LED and efficient and things like that. But yeah, this is the 12-volt fuse block, the fuses, switches, and wiring to kind of start on that process. I'm going to have a couple switches in the cab for lights in there as well as other things. And I am going to be wiring my car stereo up to the house battery so we can leave it running at all times without draining the car battery. So that's one of the exciting things we have planned for the next video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because there's going to be a lot more content I'm going to be uploading regularly. I do have a lot of electric bikes to review, so all of that will be coming up in a future video. We'll be installing that as we go. But we're still working on the inside of the van. We will be having a lot more videos coming out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. We really do appreciate it if you continue to watch the series. It's going to be interesting one, and I'll try to film as much as I can so you guys can kind of learn as I learn. I'm not an expert at any of this by any means, so take my advice with a grain of salt, but I have been doing a lot of research. I'm pretty much up every night reading and watching videos and things like that so I can learn this process. But yeah, soon we will have the rust fixed, the van sealed up, and then we'll do the flooring. And then we'll do some of the wiring as well. One day I will do a video about the design of the van. I've actually been working on it with a 3D program, so there will be a video where I go over that as well.